Recently, I was watching the US Senate hearing on Africa. General Langley said some terrible things about Ibrahim Traore, showing that they are targeting him. It made me wonder, who is this guy? It made me a little bit curious to go back and look at other videos and other hearings that they were held before. And I found some more proof that the United States of America means no good to Africa. In that video that I'm going to play to you in the short moment, it clearly shows that the United States of America, the army, the US Army in Africa, is busy doing nefarious things. They are busy training and equipping resurgences, people who end up revolting against their government and overthrow their government. They are training and equipping coup plotters. Yeah, let's watch this.
General Langley, I have constituents that have been scattered across Africa on train and equip missions. So just ballpark, in the last decade, how many Africans has the United States military trained and equipped?
Congressman, I don't have that figure. I can get that figure for you.
Ballpark, just, how many?
Congressman, it would be a wild guess right now.
Seems like something we should know, right?
Over the years, we have trained a substantial number, especially in the Gulf of Guinea states, including
like more than 10,000.
It is more than 10,000.
More than 50,000.
I'd say we're reaching around 50,000 at least.
And what percentage of the people we've trained end up participating in insurrections or coups against their own government?
Very small number, Congressman. Very small number.
So what percentage do you think?
I'd say probably less than 1%.
But it does happen.
The IMET program is in force, and we've pushed a significant number through our schools across the
and what data sets do you track to arrive at the conclusion that less than 1% of the roughly 50,000 that we've trained have participated in coups? Because it'd be like about 500, about 1% of 50,000.
Congressman, you may have that information. I don't at this time, but I know.
Well, I know there are some, right? Like go ahead and throw up that image. This is Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya. And this is a photo of him. Did we train and equip him? In Guinea?
By name, I cannot identify that.
Well, that guy in the middle with the big red hat, Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, that's him with a bunch of U.S. service members outside of our embassy. And just months after this photo was taken, in 2021, he led a coup in Guinea and threw out the leader. Does that concern you?
Congressman, core values is what we start off with in IMA programs.
Do we share core values with Colonel Doumbouya?
Core values. I will repeat that. Core values. Respect for humanity.
Do we share those values with Colonel Doumbouya?
Absolutely. In our curriculum.
He led a coup?
We do.
Okay, well, that's a very telling answer. In Burkina Faso, did we share core values with the leader that we trained there who led a coup?
It's in our curriculum. We stress core values. We request civilian-led governance.
Wait, hold on. Is leading coups in our curriculum?
Absolutely not.
So
civilian-led.
My question is, do we share core values with the coup leader in Burkina Faso, who we trained?
Holistically, we teach core values with a respect for civilian governance, apolitical, and that's what sticks across a very high percentage in the over 99 percentile.
Right? But not everybody. And I wonder how many people it takes to plan a coup. I mean, initially you didn't know how many we trained and equipped. Then you said it was 1%. You had no basis for that 1% number because there's no data set you track. Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record. Another U.S. trained soldier stages a coup in West Africa by the Intercept.
Without objection, so ordered.
And I further seek unanimous consent to enter into the record. U.S. forces trained the Guinean colonel behind the recent coup in West African country, and this is regard to Guinea.
Without objection, so ordered.
So I guess the question is, why should U.S. taxpayers be paying to train people who then lead coups in Africa?
Congressman, our curriculum harvests core values and also to be able to embolden these countries for a representative democracy.
But General, that democracy isn't what emerges. The problem is, I know you may have great confidence in what you're teaching, but when two governments have been overthrown, I guess, how many governments have to be overthrown by people we train before you sort of get the message that our core values might not be sticking with everyone? Is it 5 countries? 10?
We'll continue with our persistence in assuring
But do you think it's
that
working?
they harbor democratic norms, and democratic values.
Just a moment ago, you
apolitical.
said we shared core values with Colonel Doumbouya. You said that just moments ago in response to my question, and his core value seems to be leading a coup. So I don't think it's stuck. I think we should at least know how many countries we train the coup plotters in. How many is too many? Because clearly 2 is not too many, and I think we could use our resources far more effectively than doing this.
In the last statement by the senator, that why does the U.S. taxpayers have to pay for this? Why does the American people have to pay for things that are unknown, how they benefit themselves as a people? Oh yes, they are actually paying for more, way more than which is brought to the surface. They are paying for endless wars that do not benefit them at all, at all. God knows who is benefiting from that. And in this video, you can clearly tell the gentleman was caught unprepared. He did not have an answer to those questions that was coming from Senator Gates. He didn't have an answer. He stumbled. He went from pillar to post because he knows the truth. Because you cannot say it's a few, it's a fraction, it's a few number of people who end up doing that. The question is, how many people does it take to plot a coup in a country with a military? It simply means you are training a whole battalion. When you are in a certain country, think about it. You train someone and you take pictures with them at your embassy. Few months later, they go ahead and overthrow a government. It simply means you've been training a whole battalion to do this, because it means this is a group of people that has become powerful enough. It doesn't take 2 people to overthrow a government. It was a group of army that they were training so that they can go ahead and overthrow a government. That is their business. That is exactly what they are doing on our soil, and we as the people of Africa, we are sleeping. That's when you hear some idiots coming in comment section telling you, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. What is wrong with us as a people? This information is available all over the internet. I mean, there are so many whistleblowers from the CIA who have came out and exposed so many things that have been done to the world by America, same that have been done to Africa. It is public knowledge. Everybody knows what they've been doing to our continent. Why are we still sleeping on these matters? Leaders, obviously the leaders who are in cahoots with these people, we all know they don't have our interest at heart. You can already tell with how they govern us, especially those countries that are indeed dealing with the West. You can already see how poverty is in those countries. It's because those leaders don't care about the people. All they care about is themselves. Those leaders are being paid, they're being given money, so they will do whatever it takes to make us sleep and spread the propaganda and do their shenanigans behind the scenes. But us as a people is where the problem is, because us having those leaders is because we allow it. If we were not sleeping, if we were awake enough, if we were conscious, if we could open our eyes and see these things that are right in front of us, we would revolt. We would stand and say no to these things. But here we are as Africans, as useless as we are, as hopeless as we are, with our African unions and everybody, we don't have a direction. We don't have a backbone. We will never develop this continent like this. We need to stand up. Burkina Faso is doing great stuff, but he's only one man. He is not going to be able to transform the whole continent. He can be able to transform his own country. But what about you and I? What about other countries? What about the DRC? Who is going to take charge of the DRC and change the situation in DRC? All of a sudden, they are busy training coup leaders in Niger and Mali. But when they come down to Congo, all of a sudden they're going to change and mean good for Congo and gonna help Congo to develop and bring in peace. Come on, guys. Come on. We need to wake up, man. They have been everywhere in the Middle East. trying to do shenanigan things. We know what's going on there. It's because of them. But we are asleep. We are fast asleep, ignoring this thing. This ignorance, this lack of knowledge, this is what is killing us as Africans. Because we need to wake up. We need to start seeing these things. It's right in front of us.